A Scottsbluff teenager facing charges for a shooting in the community last year has been sentenced to prison on amended charges. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Scottsbluff County District Court Judge Leo Dobrovolny has sentenced 17-year-old Gabriel Barron to a term of 4 to 6 years in prison for attempted use of a firearm to commit a felony and a concurrent sentence of 0 to 2 years for terroristic threats with 188 days credit for time already served. He reached a plea deal back in February in which one count of attempted first-degree murder and 10 other felonies were dropped, and prosecutors would recommend a sentence of no more than 8 to 10 years in prison in exchange for pleas of no contest or guilty. He was one of 3 teenage males arrested and charged in the August 2021 incident on West Overland, in which the trio fled after shots were fired at a group outside a house and one person was wounded. Ray Camacho Jr. of Scottsbluff is awaiting sentencing on July 18th on charges of first-degree assault, terroristic threats, and use of a firearm to commit a felony following a plea agreement last month. An August pre-trial date has been set for Landon Horton of rural Scottsbluff after he lost an appeal to transfer his case to juvenile court. Well, Republican Governor hopeful Jim Pillen has scored the endorsement of the Nebraska Cattlemen, a top advocacy group for the state's ranchers. Brenda Masick, the chairwoman of the Nebraska Cattlemen's Political Action Committee, says the group was pleased to offer their support.
Jim has walked in our shoes, he knows our struggles, and will be a very strong supporting voice at the Capitol. As governor, Jim will lead the charge to protect our state's largest economic engine.
Pillen says even though he has been committed to the pork industry, he will fight for the beef industry by securing the Ogallala Aquifer and standing up against organizations such as the Humane Society. It was the second significant agriculture group endorsement for Pillen, who received the support of the Nebraska Farm Bureau back in February. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back. Governor Pete Ricketts is set to host a legislative wrap-up town hall in both Chadron and Lexington this week. At the town halls, Governor Ricketts will discuss the historic accomplishments of the 2022 legislative session. Among other successes, the governor worked with the unicameral to pass the largest tax relief package in Nebraska history, enhance public safety, and strengthen Nebraska's water resources. Governor Ricketts and others will give remarks before taking questions. The town hall events are free and open to the public, with Chadron's town hall taking place on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. at the Beanbroker Coffee House on 2nd Street. Well, motorists are being advised of traffic changes expected to start this week in the Heartland Expressway construction zone along Highway 385. Nebraska Department of Transportation officials say, weather permitting, traffic from just south of the L62A junction will be moved to the newly constructed concrete pavement for Phase 2 of the project. The traffic switch is necessary to construct permanent concrete pavement for future northbound lanes for approximately 2,600 feet south of the junction, as well as milling the existing lanes and replacing them with new asphaltic concrete pavement for 14 miles to the north. A 12-foot width restriction will be in effect, with completion anticipated for this November. And last month, Chadron residents likely noticed Sea Hill looking a little different during the evening. That's because for the past 4 years, in May, the C on Sea Hill has been illuminated for Mental Health Awareness Month. ESU 13's Terry Haynes says they wanted to do something similar to lighting Chimney Rock in Bayard. Haynes said the lenses of 200 solar lights were painted green before they were installed this year because the color represents mental health. Well, coming up after the break, Chris Cottrell catches up with WNCC's new women's basketball coach. He'll have that in just a little bit here on KNEB.TV.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. We're providing discounts on any internet service option with Allo to qualifying households. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with skies tonight that are partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, a thunderstorm around early, and then things are going to clear out as we go later on tonight. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch out until 9 o'clock tonight. We'll show you that in a moment. We do expect scattered storms tonight and again tomorrow. Then conditions are going to turn drier and temps going to warm up as we get towards the weekend. 84 yesterday after a morning low of 56. 1/100th of an inch of moisture in the rain gauge, so we finally registered for the month of June. But that's it. 1/100th is almost 2 inches below normal for the year. Well, there's that severe thunderstorm watch that we showed you. It goes until 9 o'clock tonight. This does include most of the Nebraska Panhandle. It includes basically areas along and north of the North Platte River Valley, Banner County, Goshen County, Niobrara County, eastward into the North Platte, Broken Bow area. Greater risk of severe weather, I think, within this area, going to be right in here is where we expect maybe a greater concentrated area of severe weather. And it's going to be early and then ending here across the region. You can see the temps are much cooler off to the north of us. 60s in Rapid, low 60s at that. 85 in Hayes, 87 in McCook right now. Some heat there. 69 in Valentine. It's 83. Scottsbluff 84 in Ogallala. Winds are 10 to 20 at times, especially off to the northwest of us with some gusts up around 25 an hour around the Lusk area. Well, I told you the severe weather threat right here close to home tonight. That is where we do have the severe thunderstorm watch out. Again, slight risk of severe weather tonight. Now, tomorrow, a couple of things going on. First of all, we do have a slight risk in far eastern portions of the Panhandle, a marginal risk in the rest of the area, but concerned about some areas here where we have seen some indications of some stronger thunderstorms possibly developing tomorrow, and in fact an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms in areas along and south of I-80 there from North Platte over to Kearney, Grand Island, and down towards Lincoln. Again, an enhanced risk of severe storms there. That all moves out for Wednesday as we dry out here across the region. So Futurecast shows a couple of light showers and thunderstorms around early this evening. Only partly cloudy skies. Lows overnight that are going to fall down right into the, well, about 50, 55 overnight for a low. Pretty comfortable out there. Now tomorrow we start the day with a few clouds. We'll clear out just in time to reprime the pump, set the stage for another round of thunderstorms. Again, some of these going to be strong to severe, especially just to the east of us. We're dealing with a pretty good threat of severe weather tomorrow, again, just to the south and east of us, from North Platte over towards Lincoln. Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with temps tomorrow cooler in the north, even cooler in all the rest of the region, 70s, but a few areas there in the northern Panhandle up into the 60s. As far as precip goes, we are going to see some from tonight and tomorrow, maybe a quarter to a half an inch in a few areas. Could see a little bit more in areas, less in others. get under some of these isolated bands, though, and an inch or two not out of the question. So tonight we're going to see scattered strong to severe storms early, 56 for a low. Rinse and repeat for tomorrow, a little cooler, but another round of strong to severe storms on the way. Upper 70s for your high. Our 7-day forecast on Wednesday, we're being about 80 or so. Then Thursday, Friday into the mid and upper 80s. And then look at Saturday, Sunday right now. Hot weather returns to the region. We've got temps into the mid 90s out there. And then on Monday, back to near 90. So again, a warm-up coming for this weekend as we get ready to get into the another weekend here in the month of June.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
This is John. He's not an actor or a director, can you tell? He calls himself a steward of the land. And by the looks of the way he nurtures his little corner of the earth, it's safe to say he's the real deal. John runs with us on a John Deere 3 Series tractor because you can never underestimate the value of a little tractor time. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
A change at the top for the WNCC women's basketball program with the announcement late last month that Chad Gibney was leaving WNCC to take an assistant's job at the Division I level at St. Bonaventure. There was clearly a big hole to fill with the head coaching position for the Cougar women. Enter Isaac Liu. After spending the last 2 seasons on Gibney's staff, the college announced last week that Liu had been tabbed as Gibney's replacement, naming him the interim head coach for Cougar women's basketball.
Extremely, excited to be able to take over the head women's basketball coach here at Western Nebraska. Didn't think that I would be in this position 2 years into my coaching career, and of course at age 23, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited for the things to come.
What about the background for the new head man? Lou fills us in on his basketball journey leading up to this point.
I grew up in Hawaii and, played high school basketball, and that was kind of the extent of my competitive playing career. But I did go to the University of San Francisco, where I was involved with the women's basketball program there. So I was a practice player and also got involved as a manager, and that was kind of how I got my foot in the door with coaching. I met some really, really good people there who really helped me along the way and got me to where I am today. So I'm really thankful for all the coaches who've supported me in the past.
The Cougars experienced a bunch of success under Chad Gibney, reaching the national tournament in all 6 of his seasons in charge of the program, a Final Four appearance this past year, and Lou will take plenty from his time with Gibney for his own coaching career.
Obviously, Coach Gibney, he's done a phenomenal job here. The wins and losses kind of speak for itself there, Elite 8 last year, Final Four this year. I've learned so much from him, especially on that defensive side of the ball. He's taught me so much. I think he's one of the best defensive coaches out there. So definitely going to take some things from him, and, just the experience that he's been able to, with part on to me, it's going to be extremely valuable for me moving into this first year.
At the junior college level, so much of the success lies with the ability to turn over the roster sometime year to year and always have talent on hand. Lou knows that finding the best players available is the only surefire way to keep the Cougar women churning out Region 9 titles and national tournament appearances.
Oh, it's extremely, extremely important. I mean, even before we knew this was going to happen with me taking over, recruiting's been the focus since the season ended. So, got to bring in good players because great players make great coaches. So that's obviously been number one, and we've got a lot of production to replace from this past season. We have 7 players who are going to be moving on to playing at Division I programs. So, we need to fill some big shoes there, but I'm excited and, feeling pretty good about some of the kids that we've got coming in.
Isaac Liu named the interim head coach for Cougar women's basketball. He's off and running out on the recruiting trail. Appreciate the time with Coach Liu this morning up at WNCC's Cougar Palace. It's West Nebraska All-Star Week in town with football and volleyball standouts arriving Tuesday and Wednesday ahead of the showcase games on Saturday. Volleyball will be Saturday afternoon at WNCC. The football game that night, that'll be at Bearcat Stadium. We'll have Rural Radio Network coverage, KNEB.TV on the Scottsbluff Drive channel and radio on the trail. Plenty of baseball during the week also. The Zephyrs play tomorrow and Wednesday. Gearing in action on Wednesday and Thursday with a total of 5 Legion games on the network this week. The Pioneers have tonight off before a road series at Badlands tomorrow and then home this weekend for North Platte. That is the latest today from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
High Plains Auto Club presents the 23rd Annual Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic. Friday, June 17th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, and ice cream social. Saturday, June 18th, parade at 9 a.m., show and shine from 10 to 4, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by Dairy Queen, Dooley Oil, and KNEB Rural Radio Network.
Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, hundreds of runners from across the region convened in Gering over the weekend for the United Way of Western Nebraska's 8th Color Dash presented by Riverstone Bank. This colorful 5K race has not been held since 2019 due to the pandemic, but with the masses showing up strong on Saturday morning. Before the race started, most of the participants tossed a handful of colorful powdery paint before embarking on the 3.1-mile course. United Way Special Events Coordinator Jill Allen says this year's route was very similar to years past.
It's very similar. We had to divert a little bit. It's about a half a block different, but other than that, it's basically the same route we've been running the last few years.
This year's race included 8 color stations and 5 pit stops. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.